Commercial Real Estate Show videos are brought to you by Bull Realty Commercial Brokerage Services. When your business requires proven performance, visit bullrealty.com. Welcome back. I'm Michael Bull, and this is the Commercial Real Estate Show. If you'd like to get more great commercial real estate information, you're invited to follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, and smoke signals. You can find them all at the show website, commercialrealestateshow.com. Well, today we're looking at ways to save tax dollars and increase cash flows. My next guest is Monte Smith, Education Director with the Entrust Group. The Entrust Group is the world's premier provider of account administration services for self-directed IRAs and self-directed real estate IRAs. For more than 25 years, Entrust has been an acknowledged authority in the field of self-directed IRAs. Monte Smith, welcome to the Commercial Real Estate Show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, Monte, how can investors use a self-directed IRA to invest in real estate?
It's actually a simple process. Okay. You just have to move funds over from a current custodian, move them into a custodian that will handle real estate, which we do, and then instruct us to purchase that real estate on behalf of the IRA.
Okay. And not all custodians will do that, right?
Correct.
Okay. And what are the benefits to the taxpayer?
The obvious benefits are the tax deferral. And as Ricky mentioned earlier, you can grow your funds a lot faster if you can defer paying those taxes.
Okay. And what are some of the rules and requirements to do this?
One of the biggest things is who you can and cannot do business with. Just for example, you can't do business with yourself, so you can't purchase a property.
I'm my favorite person, though.
I know, but you can't. Let's say you own a commercial building, you cannot use your IRA to buy that building.
Okay. And what are some of the other rules and requirements, like cash flows and things?
Everything has got to flow back into the IRA. Okay. Since the IRA is the owner, everything's got to go back into the IRA. Any expenses that come out must come from the IRA and not you personally.
Okay, so you need enough money in the IRA to pay any negative cash flows?
Yes.
Okay, so you got to make sure it's well funded?
Yes.
Okay, and can an existing retirement account be converted to a self-directed IRA, and what's involved?
Absolutely. All of our clients typically have an old 401k or an IRA somewhere else, and they move it over to our firm and then instruct us to buy those properties that they find.
Okay. And can investors combine funds from their self-directed IRA and other funds into the same investment?
Yes is the short answer. It does get a little bit more complicated, and if we had a little bit more time, we could go into that. The short answer is yes. You can partner with yourself. We do call it partnering, but there are some stipulations that you'd have to be careful with.
So I can do business with myself?
You can partner with yourself, yes, but you can't exchange, sell, or lease anything to yourself from the IRA.
Okay. Well, can investors utilize IRA funds to invest in partnerships with other investors?
Absolutely. Okay.
And how are cash flows from the property and the income taxes handled when using a self-directed IRA?
All cash flow is going to flow back into the IRA. If it's a traditional IRA, those taxes are going to be deferred until you retire and you take the money out. If it's a Roth and you've had it for 5 years and you're 59 and a half, those would all be tax-free at the time of distribution. Any income taxes, like I said, are going to be deferred, but however, there are going to be property taxes still, and the IRA would be responsible for paying those property taxes.
Okay. And this all sounds great, but what's it cost?
We are for profit.
You are?
Yes, and I hope you are too. We do have some fees.
We try to be.
Yeah, exactly. We have an account establishment fee, and we have an annual fee.
Okay. And what's the range if you were going to invest, say, $500,000 into a property? What might be the range of cost for that?
It would be $50 to get started, a $95 transaction fee to actually acquire that property, and at that level, it would be $295 a year.
Wow. Okay. Well, we need to be calling you for these. Right. Well, what are some of the precautions to consider when investing in real estate through a self-directed IRA?
The biggest thing goes back to what I said, not being able to deal with yourself. A lot of people, the first mistake they make is they enter into a contract personally. Mm-hmm. Once that happens, if a contract does have value, so you cannot assign that contract that you have in your name personally to your IRA. That is a prohibited transaction, and that's where a lot of people get tripped up at the beginning.
That's interesting. So you got to know that up front before you write that contract.
Yes.
Okay, and what other precautions, what are some of the other things you'd like to avoid doing wrong in this process?
You can't use the property.
Okay.
It has to be for investment purposes only. So if your IRA purchased a commercial property and you own your own business, you cannot conduct your business from that property.
Okay, so I can't buy a vacation home with it?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And what is the actual role of Entrust in the process? What do you guys do?
Well, Technically, you have to have an IRS-approved custodian. That's where we come in.
Okay.
If you look at other firms, if most people have it at a retirement account, they usually have it at a brokerage house, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But a brokerage house will not hold property in that IRA.
Okay, but you guys don't manage the property. Someone else does that.
Correct. I like to tell people we will receive the rent payments. We will not collect them.
Okay. And the investors, they can manage the property themselves, though, right?
Yes, but they cannot be compensated for that.
They can't be paid a management fee.
Correct.
Okay. Well, Monte Smith, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information from Monte and the Entrust Group, their website and contact information is available at commercialrealestateshow.com. Where else, right? Well, in a moment, we'll look at some key tax strategies, including ways to handle cancellation of debt issues, COD. I'm Michael Bull, and you're listening to the Commercial Real Estate Show. We'll be right back.